Welcome to this T49 replay. I had this tank unlocked for quite a while, but with the 15% discount specials last week I picked it up. And I did 3 XP the gun on it, because the standard gun has 2 different types of sort of hash type shells, but they're not very good for the tiers it meets, so I thought I'd just 3 XP at least 152mm, so because that's what makes this tank both fun and really frustrating. Frustrating because this gun, unless you're aimed, will miss your target. Or what you need to do is just drive up to them and just dirt them in the face. That was actually a very lucky hit on that guy. So, but I mean, I've noticed that if you drive around, this aiming circle goes so incredibly big that it takes you like 6 seconds to aim to at least bearable proportions. So I think, to be honest, that Wargaming should buff the stats on this gun, at least the dispersion on the move and the aim time, because it's just not usable as a light tank in that sense. I mean, I'm in this position and I'm basically camping, because I need this gun to just aim. Because if you miss, you're sitting there like a lemon for 20 odd seconds reloading, and it just doesn't work. So, but I mean, this VK started out doing something smart, which was pushing up, and then he basically pushed too far. And I shot a heat shell at that AMX-50, and unfortunately it hit his hull, where he has a lot of armor, because these shells have something like 150 penetration, which is not enough for an AMX-50B hull, but should be enough for its turret at least. But I didn't hit the turret, so I mean, you use those shells for light tanks and stuff. So back to HE. Critical hit. And shot in the turret, 200 damage. So yeah, as you can see, why this gun is not really suitable for up close fights, because if you do 200 damage to a tank, he will just laugh it off and then kill you. So this guy moves up, and I shoot his tracks off at least and do 400. So I mean, as long as I'm not overrun in this position, I'm going to stay, because it's got nice cover in the form of the rock, and it's got pretty good bush cover as well around. So what I'm doing here, I'm just aiming for his turret. Penetration. And doing 900 damage, because I overmatched probably the front armor of his turret. I had to lull with that. So yeah, that was a good roll. And now I'm just waiting, because that guy is in a position where he can shoot me, so I'm not going up there. My 704 pushes a little bit, and Lorraine gets taken out, and in this match I was the second highest damage scorer of the match. The I7 scored 100 damage more than me, so unfortunately no high caliber medal for me. But I did get first class, which is quite nice for the 6th match or something that I've played in this one. But yeah, all the other matches where I played this tank, I was really aggressive and moving up to the front and trying to dirt people in the face. Critical hit. And I've noticed it just gets you killed, because the gun is at this point far too unreliable to do stuff like that. I even managed to drive up to an E100 to about 50 meters off him, and I shot him, and the shot just went completely nowhere. It didn't even hit his tank. I mean, granted it wasn't fully aimed, but any other light tank, he would hit a static E100 from that distance easily, and this one just doesn't. So it's sort of it's becoming my little fun tank, which I drive if I just don't really care, because you need to, because the gun will troll you just as hard as it will troll the enemy, so you need to have a sort of a relaxed state of mind to drive it. And I did at this point. I was sort of done with tier 10 tanks, and I thought, well, give this one a go. So there we have the engine deck.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Always a better shot than a front. So yeah, take him out. And when I started this match, I didn't think we were going to win because they had 3 really good AMX 50 players, but they were just constantly in the center and basically got themselves killed. So fortunately he gets taken out before we can aim, so time to move up. Just one object 140 left and a T69 and 3600 damage, which is quite good for this tank, especially with this derp gun. But that was mainly as well the 900 damage I did on the other guy. Tried to get a kill on this one, but unfortunately the T62A was there before me, and the other guy is on the other side of that hill, and I'll never reach him in time with all these guys. So I was just typing his, I was just telling the AMX 50s because they were complaining, but I was spotting them, so we already knew where they were all the time, so I'm just moving to the cap. And that was it. First class, 3600 damage. Unfortunately no medals this time, but then again the match itself was a lot of fun to play. So yeah, hope you did enjoy it as well, and if you did, please rate the replay and possibly subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.